In this episode of the Roadside MBA, we're heading out to the Stagecoach Trails Guest Ranch in northwestern Arizona to discover the real West.
Whoa, rodeo.
Live the cowboy life.
Mike, you're looking more relaxed.
I'm getting there.
And see what it takes to make a living out on the range.
Wow, this is so pretty out here.
Rodeo, you're doing great out here.
Doesn't matter where you're coming from, it's a long way to the Stagecoach Trails Guest Ranch. If you're coming from California like us, you'll probably end up driving through the Mojave Desert on Interstate 40. Across the state line into Arizona, then just before you hit the small town of Yucca, you'll turn off the highway onto this bumpy dirt road and keep on driving for about 18 more miles.
We drove, it was a long ways, in an RV on dirt roads, and I don't know how we found it, but here it is.
The remote ranch is the perfect place to forget your past and get lost in a Western cowboy fantasy.
How many horses are here altogether?
47.
47, wow.
Yeah. Here there is no civilization in any direction as far as we can see. We are plumped down in the middle of a hot, dry desert, and it's beautiful.
The vistas go for miles, there are mountains off in the distance, sagebrush. So if you want to be in the American West on a horse, this is a good place to go.
You guys can walk just inside the gate.
Okay.
We're here to find out why this business works and why people will skip the beach and travel thousands of miles to this dusty spot to rope and ride in the hot desert sun.
Howdy, folks. Morning there. We're London cowboys.
Many of the guests come from as far away as Europe and Asia.
Oh yeah, first rule of a cowboy, put your hat on the right way. You know what I mean?
So they showed us how to throw a rope and do some cowboy stuff. If you're not from the US, that's interesting, to do the real cowboy stuff.
So have you ever done this before?
Only in my dreams. Yeah, first time ever on a horse, sitting here. Never ever sat on a horse before.
We do only Western riding here, so it's a lot more relaxed.
This was Carrie Rinder's childhood dream, a Western horse ranch she thought up out of books she'd read as a kid. It was a pull so strong, she eventually quit a comfortable life as a travel agent to give it a go.
You guys built this whole thing, is that correct?
Correct.
Oh, so this was just empty desert.
That is correct.
So you move out here, you start putting up buildings, then you have to get some customers. What did you do?
Well, that saying, if you build it, they will come, doesn't always work when you build in the middle of the desert. So, you know, that creates a little bit of a problem.
A lot of drive-by.
No.
That's right.
Yeah, good, very good.
I wanted to talk to the guests to ask them how they got here, because it's not easy to get here. And I mean that not only the physical process of getting here, but also the process of finding this particular ranch among all the different kinds of vacations that people can take.
Turns out the main place guests go to find out if a dude ranch vacation is the kind of experience they might enjoy is the internet. Sites like TripAdvisor, where previous guests post candid reviews.
We went on that to TripAdvisor, and you know, normally when you go on the TripAdvisor, you might get 3 or 4 good reviews, and then you'll get one really bad, stinky review. But
There was no
every
bad
single
ones.
review was good. Yeah. Every single one. That you could have just carried on and on and on.
Online ratings these days is just, you know, you just compare with people who are experienced this already, and it's always gives you a good idea of you know, what you're looking for.
TripAdvisor, in my opinion, is probably one of the most important marketing tools that we have, because I am told time and time again, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, if it's the United States, Europe, Asia, everybody's checking TripAdvisor to see what people are saying about your place. I do it myself.
And here's where an important economic principle comes into play.
The ranch here is an example of what we in economics would call an experience good. This is a really important idea and concept in business.
And so an experience good is a good that you have to experience before you can assess the quality. We are 15 miles from the interstate. It's all dirt roads, right? It's very difficult for people to get a sense for what their experience is going to be like here.
With experience goods, customers rely on information provided by others. So it's important to identify who the most influential others are. Before internet sites like TripAdvisor became Carrie's biggest source of recommendations, she used to invite tour operators to stay at her ranch and experience it themselves, so they'd be more likely to recommend it to their clients.
You're going to talk a lot more about a place you've been to rather than a place you haven't. And you're going to be much more convincing to the person that wants to come here if you have personal knowledge of it.
We have a term for that in economics as well. We'll call those the intermediaries. And they're intermediaries because they are the ones that are kind of between the ranch and the customers. And so it's really important for Carrie not only to market to individuals, but also to make these tour operators really well informed, and so they understand what it's like to be here. So then they'll turn around and recommend that to the customers that they're making their tours for.
Nowadays, the most critical intermediaries are past guests who post reviews online.
When they come to us and tell us what a wonderful time they've had, we'll say, hey, here's a card, would you mind if you get a chance, so that other people that maybe haven't ridden before and are a little leery about coming to a ranch will read your review and say, okay, you know, they've done it, they took great care of them, let's try it ourselves.
So managing their reputation on the internet is critical, both in terms of making sure people have a good experience and say good things about them on TripAdvisor, but also being responsive. If somebody has a bad experience, they have to get on TripAdvisor and try to address that.
A few bad reviews can be disastrous, so Carrie needs to do everything she can while the guests are here to ensure they have a great visit. From making sure the accommodations are clean and tidy, to matching guests to horses that suit their experience level.
I know I'm never going to please 100% of the people 100% of the time, but we try awfully hard to do it.
Born to ride with destiny, born to be a cowboy.
Time to test this experience good for ourselves. How would three economists measure up as modern cowboys? Would we love it or leave it? And would we recommend it to others?
For me, the horseback riding experience was definitely getting out of my comfort zone. I've never done anything like this before.
I would say about 95% of all the guests that come here is beginner riders.
So she gave me the easiest horse.
Absolutely. The one that bucks the first 5 seconds.
I'm a little bit afraid, but that's...
Yeah. No, you're perfectly fine.
Mike is not a horse person. Mike is a lot of things, but Mike is not a horse person.
You ready to get this experience going?
Let's do it.
All right.
Mike was first to mount up.
So just as I showed you, you're gonna put your left foot in and climb right up on and over, and I've got your, there you go. Perfect.
I can't find the seat belt anywhere here.
To tell the truth, we were all pretty rusty in the saddle.
I think the last time I was on a horse, it may have been 1980, so Carter administration, potentially.
You think you can reach that?
No problem.
Okay.
I hardly ever ride horses, but I can remember that it's a little tense at first. That's a big animal. Those things were 1,200 pounds, I think they said. That's a big animal. And you're up pretty high. Hold it. Oh, whoa. They could tell that I was the expert, ready to take on the skittish horse.
Right.
Whoa, rodeo. I'm not really, I was kidding, I'm not very good rodeo.
Then we were off. And it was a truly perfect, experience-good moment.
Wow, this is so pretty out here.
This is great.
I remembered the lessons that my mother taught me, and I sat up straight, and I think I looked good in the saddle.
Okay, Scott did check his phone at least once, but for the most part, we were just three cowboys on a trail in the American West. And even Mike seemed to momentarily forget his fear of large animals.
Mike, you're looking more relaxed.
I'm getting there.
You're sounding more relaxed, too.
Was I breathing heavily before?
No, but you were kind of talking like this.
You were sweating
You
profusely.
don't have such a vice grip on your horn anymore.
I really tried while I was riding not to focus so much on the horse and staying on the horse as much as looking out around me. And when I was able to do that, it was very enjoyable.
Mike's final challenge was the dismount.
So you're just going to take your right leg up and over, keep that foot in until you get Okay, you made it.
I didn't need the block,
You almost
apparently.
took me out, but that's okay.
Mike's dismount was not Olympic grade. If Mike were a gymnast, it would have been a 5.2, 5.3. If Mike were on Dancing with the Stars, he'd have been voted off, unfortunately.
So we're not destined to be cowboys. But did our time in the saddle teach us anything? The big lesson, Carrie's Experience Good Business works because she understands how to reach customers the first time and then keep them coming back.
So reputation, reputation, reputation. That is the key to her success. She said about half of her business is repeat business. So that is just an incredibly profitable niche if you just get people coming back again and again.
Once somebody gets in the saddle, we always adjust their stirrups.
But it turns out after 14 and a half years on the range, Carrie's decided to sell the ranch and move back to her home state of Wisconsin so she can be closer to her children and grandchildren. And the reason she's been able to sell it is because she's turned a dusty collection of ranch buildings in the middle of the desert into a valuable asset, using intermediaries to promote her Experience Good Business. So the next owner will be able to build on Carrie's success instead of having to start from scratch.
That's a wrap? Or that's I don't know what you say when the interviews are over. I don't know the lingo.
You gotta say happy trails or something.
Trails.
You can't say it's a cut, you gotta say happy trails.
So that's it from the Roadside MBA team. Happy trails, vaya con Dios, and bon voyage. We've learned a lot on our travels. From Silicon Valley, all the way out here to Arizona. Now it's on to Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, where we say our goodbyes until it's time for our next road trip.